So we're going to start this video off with a great tip that we've only just learned, and I promise you this isn't an ad, we're just amazed at this thing that exists. So if you are travelling about like we are, download this app called Bounce, right? And that basically means you can leave your luggage somewhere in between check out, which is like 10 o'clock, and check in, which is like 3 o'clock. I wish we knew this existed sooner. So there you go, first tip. So behind me here is Riva, also known as the waterfront. This is where locals and tourists meet to start their night out. And this is also the southern wall of the palace. So we've been here a week now. We feel like locals, especially Lawrence, who's picked up the lingo, obviously. But, you know, in the palace, there is actually 3,000 people who live within the palace walls still. Like, real life prince and princesses. I'm Elise, this is Lawrence, and this is our baby Nye.
We're travelling the world.
But we're going to be doing things a bit differently. We're going to be travelling a month.
And coming back to the UK and working a month. We're going to be travelling month on, month off.
Until this little one goes to school in a couple of years.
We want to see if it's actually possible to travel the world
with a toddler in tow.
So subscribe and come along for the journey. Croatia is in the European Union, but it's not in the Eurozone, so they still use their local currency, which is the Croatian kuna.
So Split is the heart of Dalmatia, which is why it's famous for its Dalmatian and Mediterranean food, and this is also where Dalmatian dogs come from. So
in this bell tower, something very, very, very interesting. The clock on the front is very different. It actually has 24 digits, so it only goes round once for one day. I don't know why all clocks are not like that. This area here is known as the People's Square, the Piazza. This is where some of the noble houses were built, just outside the city walls. And this was the first place that was lived in outside of the palace. So you see these big houses, very decorative, very symmetrical, very beautiful houses, which are now home to bars, restaurants, banks, all part of the tourist industry now.
What's really exciting about this place is going for a walk around all the little lanes and getting like lost about the palace.
That's which way do you want to go? Up there or down there? Down. Which one? This one? Okay.
So this area, this little square, is so cute. Basically, everyone lets their kids just like play in the middle, and then if you can see here, there's all pillows, and people just sit there and drink wine and drinks and stuff of an evening. It gets really busy. This is also, we saw like a wedding here as well. It's lovely. There's also people dressed as Spartans taking pictures. What a job as a young man, huh? So the other side of this wall is like a Sphinx, and it is actually literally so old. I'll pop it how old it is here, because I actually can't remember, but it's really, really old. So this Sphinx was looted from Egypt, what, how long ago?
I think it was brought here 15th, 16th century.
And how old is it?
3,500 years old.
Wow. You wouldn't fancy stealing a Sphinx, do you? You would definitely get cursed. So Lawrence came home the other night and he had stayed out later and he had some chicken wings from that place, and he said it was the best chicken wings he's ever had. We're just trying to find Gregory of Nin.
He was a bishop, and
you rub him?
You rub his big toe for good luck, and I need some of that in my life at the minute.
So we're going to go and
give him a good scrubbing. We're going to go and grind on Mr. Nin. Saint Nin, he was a saint.
Blasphemy, that is.
There he is.
Oh!
The Diocletian Palace was built 1700 years ago by None other than the most powerful man on the planet at that time, Diocletian himself. He was the Roman emperor of the time. This was supposed to be his retirement home, and it was for many years. The golden gates which are here were the gates that Diocletian walked through 305 AD, June 1st if you were wondering, and that's when it became his home. This area of the palace, this side, which is the north side, it's a stunning wall, and then you'll find some shaded tree areas, places to sit down. There's a little market at the top. It's actually a really nice part of the city, and there you'll find Gregory of Nin with his big toe exposed, and people give it a good rubbing for good luck.
He said, tell Daddy, is it sore?
Sore. Oh, it is sore.
Oh, okay, baby.
So you rub this for good luck.
Keep rubbing.
Keep rubbing. What is it? Trust you to find the cartoon, you know. He's found the cartoons anyway. So St Domnius Cathedral is a symbol of split. It's the oldest Catholic cathedral in the world that remains in use in its original structure. It's also one of the best preserved Roman buildings that is still standing today. It's pretty special. So we decided we were going to come and sit back on the square, have some live music, some pizza, and some wine. And come and sit here. Yeah, you were going to play.
Slow down, Mama. Yes. Yes, not too fast. Okay. You've got to slow. Yeah. Slow.
He's a really nice guy.
How old is he now? 28 now?
Probably like 29.